Hello survivors, and welcome to another Soulstone survivors video. In today's video we are in the main menu because we have decided to do a fresh save journey. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting a brand new save. As you can see over here, we have an empty save slot, so we're going to be clicking on it. We're going to be starting the game and we are going to be starting a journey, a whole lot of different episodes from start to finished. I'm going to show you everything I do from along the way, including points that I put in skill tree and so on and so forth. So the only thing that we have available to us is the barbarian with his barbaric cleavers, which is actually very easy to win with. So we're going to go and play with the Scorching Valley, and we're actually going to try and get to Overlord cycle 3 on our very first run. So let's try and do that. It shouldn't be too difficult for us to do this. We do have one dash already. The only thing we don't have is the healing from like healing crystals, and we don't have the magnetic, the magnet range or the XP pickup range that we would like to have. So those are a couple of things we're going to be looking for. The magnet range is going to be very powerful in the beginning, as well as the XP increase. So we are going to need that, and we are going to be looking for that, especially in the early game. Hopefully we can find that. So cooldown reduction, beautiful. Now we don't have any locks or any banishes or anything like that, so we can't get rid of Leviathan. However, we don't really need to. There isn't any void presence either, so we're going to make our way over to the corner just so we don't have to run around for all of that XP. Although the very nice thing about playing without any XP increases is when we do finally beat the first boss, you're going to see that we're going to get a whole whack of XP. We'll get like at least 3 or 4 levels that we otherwise didn't have, which is going to make us that much stronger. Alright, over here we've got Armor Shatterer, Flurry or Subdue. I think Flurry is probably going to be the best one for us right now. The bleed is going to deal extra damage, and having the crit chance is going to be great as well. And then we're going to grab the HP increase over there. So here we've got Flurry. We do have the auto aim on, so that's why you can see it going crazy. If we hold down right click, I can manually aim it and it should be okay there. Now since we're using a thrusty stabby skill, we are going to actually go and get a lot more multicast chance if possible and work with it from there. So that should be quite helpful. Over here, getting a little bit of expansive will be very good. And then we're going to, of course, cheese this by going with Earthquake. Now, what do we have here? We've got Swing and Thrust. I think we're going to stick to one typing. So if possible, the rest of our skills are going to be Swing. That way we can get the Swing to Earth skill chains. And when we do that, it's going to assist us in getting a lot of damage off, and also, just make it so that enemies die a lot faster. And that's also going to allow us to go further into the Overlord cycle. So we're probably going to land up getting Earth Shield as well, because Earthquake and Earth Shield aren't, achievements or anything like that. We get them very early in the run, and that's going to make it a lot easier for us to, complete the actual not the achievements, complete the run a lot faster and a lot easier, especially if we go into the Overlord cycle. So we just cheese this. A lot of people don't know Earthquake is this powerful, so if you're brand new to the game and you're watching something like this, Earthquake is the way to go. Alright, so there we go. We got quite a lot of area of effect. I mean, a lot of levels. We're going to go increase area of effect. Multicast chance is beautiful. Over here, we don't really get anything that we want, so we are going to go with Earth just because we want Earth, and we will probably land up replacing that as well. Cast frequency, more important than anything else. Another Earth skill. Damage increase for that. Get ourselves the magnetics, and that's going to help us level up more, hopefully. Alright, so we're looking for Swing. It looks like there's a lot more Slam for us to get, or even Thrust. So we might go for this, for Quick Strike, for the Form and Haste. Haste is also going to be very important in the beginning game, because you do need that movement speed. The more movement speed you have, the better it's going to be for us. And if we don't have to work on movement speed as a skill or an upgrade, it does save us a lot of levels. So getting Haste can be very good. Okay, I am hoping we do this in 8 minutes, but I don't know if we will or won't, because we don't have the greatest, upgrades that we're getting here. Okay, we don't need anything there. We get ourselves a momentum boost, so we got the crit chance on all of our skills that are on thrust, which is actually very good for us. But I think we might have to, we need to choose, you know, do we want thrust, do we want slam, what's the story, do we want swing? We're not really getting a lot of swing out here, so it looks like we're going to have to go with things like, ooh, we do need this, but the multicast, see, we had a bit of a, okay, we got 57% chance because of form, so we'll actually grab that. Here's double slash for the more bulwark and frontal, so we go and replace earth bolt, that's fantastic. We can go, and we got 2 thrust as well. We might as well go thrust, slam, and earth, I guess. Here's a healing crystal, just pop that so we can get some life back. We are still looking for a little bit more, what do we call them? Oh gosh, my brain's, there we go, the magnetics. So that's a beautiful one to get. That's going to give us a whole lot more XP as well as pickup range. So now we don't have to stand on the crystals to get that pickup range. We do want even more. We are going to be looking for a whole lot more, at least 200% if possible. But I don't know if it will be possible. But, you know, we never know. Things can happen. Momentum boost. These are huge. I mean, we're getting a whole lot of crit chance over here. And it's also giving us crit chance on our swing skills. So we're actually going to keep that. We're going to get the vicious strike as well, and another magnetic. And I think I guess we want to get rid of shockwave totem, but we're still waiting to find the earth shield, and when we find that, we will be in a much better spot. Maybe even a different thrust skill if we can find them. Something like a spear throw would be very good, but I think that one is an achievement, so we might not see it this round. However, you can see that finesse doing its thing. You can see now the cast frequency coming in handy, and we've also got bulwark, which is beautiful in the early game for defenses, and you can see just how easy this is. Also, we're not really on any curse, so we don't really have to worry too much about that. We do want to focus on multicast first on our earthquake. That is going to be the bread and butter of the build, so getting that is going to be more and more important than any of the other skills. And even getting damage, if we get like a rare or uncommon damage and there's nothing else better to take, of course we're going to focus on that as well. And I need to just stay in the corner because we don't want to really get too far out here. A sharp spear. We don't really need the flurry, so we're going to go and get rid of flurry. We got the sharp spear now, that's great. We can go and increase its damage. We don't need the bleed. Also, having flurry means that we've now polluted the pool with bleed status effects upgrades, and we don't really want them. It does make it harder for us to find other good upgrades, and I believe having the haste with the sharp spear is also very good for our character. So rather, instead of bleed and form, we're rather going to have form and haste, and that's going to put us in a much better, faster position. Alright, area of effect of whirlwind, that's fine, we can grab that one. There's a magnetic. I don't think we need the crit chance. I mean, we could grab it, but the more cast frequency we get, the more crit chance we're going to get. Remember, form has a soft cap of 800 and a hard cap of 1000. So if we get that many stacks, we don't need to worry about getting the crit chance and all that stuff, because we're going to be at a really good amount anyway. A lot more than what we could have got if we were doing it any other way, crit wise. So there is that. Alright, we're going to go area of effect for the whirlwind. Whirlwind doesn't really do that much damage, unfortunately, especially if we don't have status effects. So maybe me working on the area of effect for it is worse than what I should be doing. And you can see it took us a little bit of time to kill that elite. A bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, I think we're still looking for Earth Shield. I think Earth Shield is stuck behind an achievement. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have seen it already. It's just a pity we don't have any rerolls. Also, some skills like the RC Veins, the Radiant, the Electrified, those upgrades or buff effects are actually very strong for your low curse runs. The reason I say that is their base damage is actually really high, and that's just their base damage. You know, I think they're like sitting at nearly 600 plus for each one of them, and they go off quite often, especially if you have a lot of electric skills, for example, like Electrified over there. So, you know, the fact that they go off so often and things like that does make it so that they can be very strong if you do use them. So using something like an electric barb can be very good for your early runs as well, and they can actually help you quite a lot there as well. We did pick up some materials over there. We are going to need a lot of that as well, especially if we want to go and get upgrades and new characters and weapons and things like that. And we're also going to have to farm for all this stuff to eventually upgrade all of our weapons and so on and so forth. Alright, we are at 6.5 minutes. I don't know, this is going to be a very close one to get to under 8 minutes, but it does not look like it will be an under 8 minute run. We will have to probably do another one to get under 8 minutes, unfortunately. I don't know, we just didn't get any really great upgrades, or maybe these skills aren't meant for, you know, that speed running. But we were seeing how far we could go. Of course, we want to go as far as possible. This is the first run. We do get characters unlocked by going into Overlord Cycle 3, so we do want to do that. We also, I believe, have to go into Endless, unless the achievements were changed to all be the same thing, where we go into only Overlord Cycle. But if it was all the same, we still have to do an Endless Cycle run as well, which will be going into, you know, the purple portal instead of the red portal. But for today, we're going to be going into the red portal, and also we do make it under 8 minutes, which is beautiful. So there we go. We got 14 achievements just for that. We unlocked the Pyromancer. It will tell us everything that we've unlocked over here. We've unlocked the next map, sorry. We've unlocked the Elementalist, we unlocked Death Vortex, Suction Bomb, Napalm Blast, the Hound Master, we got another Ruin Power, Storm of Arrows, Skill Mastery, Bloody Saw, Flame Wave, Throw Axe, Arcane Power. And then we're going to go and unlock even more by going through to the next upgrade. So we got 100% of the Scorching Valley, which unlocked another level, or the Curse difficulty, which is great. And that's just going to help us. So here we need a little bit of movement speed in the beginning, and let's see just how much damage we do and if we're able to actually survive through this. But we need to go as far as possible, because we do need to try and get this beautiful Overlord Cycle 3 done and dusted as quickly as possible. I remember when the game first came out and we needed to do that 8-minute run, it actually used to be quite a challenge. It was a lot harder than what it is now. Although I say that, but it's actually a lot of knowledge as well. So once you know everything, once you're able to get further into the game and your knowledge of the game increases and things like that, it did actually become a lot easier to progress yourself. And get a lot better at the game and go faster at the game. But then, like now, we've got records on zero curse, like what we got. We did an 7:47 or something like that. And there is now the speed runners that are doing 3 minutes and 13 seconds. I mean, that's insane. 3 minutes and 13 seconds to kill all 5 of the bosses. I didn't even know the the enemies could spawn that quickly in the game, because remember, the more that you kill, the more of them that land up spawning and so on. I mean, you know, there's a timer for how they spawn and things like that, so it does get more and more difficult as you progress, because, you know, if you don't get the right runes, if you don't get, not the right runes, if you don't get the right skills, if you don't get the right enemy spawns and things like that, you know, you land up losing seconds of time, and that can be the difference between a 3-minute 13 or 3-minute 30 or even a 3-minute and 4-minute time. So skills upgrades, and you know, just even the enemies that spawn can make a big difference and where they spawn. So there is quite a bit of RNG that's going to help you with this. I don't think Earth shields exist here, so we might change the skill maybe to something swing, but we don't want the bleed. Even going for something, I don't know if this is doing a lot of damage. Is Shockwave Totem? Actually it is, it's up there. So we might just leave it for where it is right now. Grab that, grab Momentum Boost, beautiful legendary sharp swing over there. That's going to get our, Earthquake to be that much stronger. What's really nice here is we're getting a lot of those momentum boosts and a lot of the sharp swing ones, and those are all making our Earthquake that much stronger. So if we did go and give ourselves another swing or another thrust skill, that will make Earthquake even stronger. We wouldn't need the other Earth skill, the Shockwave Totem, because we're going to have a huge amount of damage coming from our Earthquake alone. And as you can see, the circles are quite close to where our character is, and that's going to make us that much stronger. Grab another magnetic. I don't think we're quite happy yet where it is. We need the area of effect. And we can grab some actually the cast frequency over here is good, because that's going to increase our form and haste amount as well. So our crit chance is currently on 137 now, which is beautiful, and we crit every time an enemy spawns because of the vicious strike. So we are guaranteed at least 2 crits every time we kill or hit an enemy the first time, and then we've got a 30% chance to crit the third time. I believe that's how that works, because we guaranteed a crit when we first hit them, and then we guaranteed a crit because we have 100% HP crit chance, or 100% crit chance. Multicast chance is fine over there. Get the crit chance over there. Damage on the Earthquake, area of effect on the Earthquake, and we'll grab the lethality because it's rare. Why not? It was better than whatever our other choices were. Getting a bit more HP can be good as well, but now we're in a really strong spot, as you can see, and we are just killing the bosses even in the Overlord cycle. And this, remember, this is without a skill tree, this is without any ruins and anything like that, and we are already dominating our Overlord cycle. It's all just about principle and what you know about the game, and how far you can push that, and how lucky you can be, because sometimes these elites will one-shot you and there's absolutely nothing you can do. Also, we don't have any revives, so we do need to be very, very careful there as well, because we can die very quickly. We don't need damage. We'll grab the powerful strikes, another magnetic. Here's a beautiful momentum boost for the crit chance, so we're going to get 40% crit chance over there because we have 2 thrust skills. So the multicast chance is already 148, so that means it goes to 188. Beautiful, we love to see it. I'm actually going to grab the HP there, and then we're going to get the 72% crit chance from the sharp blades as well. So we're already on 136% crit chance on our skill. We're on 163% crit chance from our character stat. That means that our skills are going to be critting 4 times, because we've got the 100% chance also from the the vicious strikes. So we've got a lot of crits coming in from our skills, which is beautiful, which also means we need to work on crit damage if possible. Over here we're going to increase the damage of all our other skills. We probably should have just taken the damage for the Earthquake rather than the damage for everything else. With Earthquake being our main damage dealer, it would make sense to rather go for that. And then over there, cast frequency is going to be the main skill to go for. We do have quite a decent amount of multicast chance on our Earthquake already, nearly 200%, which is going to guarantee us at least 2 multicasts, I believe, which is fine for now. Grab ourselves the magnetic, grab ourselves the armor. Grabbing some armor is going to be very, very helpful over here, because it's just really good to be able to have that little bit more reduction in the skills. Alright, next portal. So, we got some beautiful Relentless over there, so that's beautiful to grab. 0.7 seconds over here. We did reach prestige level 5 on our Barbarian already, which gives us the piercing shot. If you guys want to see some crazy things in the future with Piercing Shout, we can do it. We've done it before where we've only used Piercing Shout to kill the enemies and things like that, and it's just really funny to do it. But they did change it slightly now, but it does apply Shattered, and because it does apply a negative effect, it also does damage, and so on and so forth. So if you do play it with like poison and things like that, you can actually kill everything around it, which is pretty funny. Alright, so we already got 9 levels. That's pretty insane. There's a Merciless. That's exactly what we're looking for. We can grab the +1 to Shockwave Totem. Momentum boosts are beautiful. Swing to Thrust is beautiful. And now we're going to grab a little bit of Defenses, although we want that as well. Nothing really fantastic looking over there for the last 2 levels. Okay, more Life, more Relentless. Of course, we want the Relentless. We want to try and get Earthquake's cast frequency as low as possible, because the more Earthquakes everywhere, the more damage it's going to be dealing. And you can just see how much damage these bosses take, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful to see them all dying. We're already at Overlord Cycle 2, and we are going strong right now. Alright, block power, damage increase, damage for earth. We do want the damage over here. Multicast for earth. Cast frequency on... see, this is 20%, where this is 5% for everything. This is going to be better because it gives us a 4-hour earthquake. Over here, the cast frequency there is better. We're going to grab the block as well. We do get Bulwark, which increases our block chance as well, which is beautiful. We don't have the War Tank Rune, and we're not going to get it anytime soon, unfortunately. So I don't know what we're going to do in future runs, but we're going to have to struggle, especially if we're going to be leveling all the characters. Remember, this is a 0 to hero, so we are going to have to get every single character to level 170, and we're going to try and do this as quickly as possible. So we're going to see just how long this takes. Of course, we're going to have the videos as evidence to see. I don't think there's any way to check like a save file how long you've had it for. Or anything like that. Maybe there is, but we're not going to be checking that because doesn't really matter too much to me, but it's going to be quite fun. Ooh, we get a Swift over there. Who doesn't want an extra dash? You know, that's fantastic. What happens if we grab a War Tank without any dashes? Do we become a character like the Death Knight who has no dashes? But then we can still get the Swift, which gives us dashes. But would the character have no dashes if you didn't take the dashes in the skill tree? You always think of something different or something new whenever you start a new run or a new game, because it's not something you would have experienced otherwise. So now I'm like, hang on a second, would this be the case for this? I mean, I've never experienced it, so I don't know. Alright, it's Prestige level 10 with the Barbarian. We're not getting very high over here, but we only needed to get to Overlord Cycle 3. We didn't need to get further. We're getting quite a lot of crystals as well, so it is going to help us level up a couple of things in the skill tree, which is fantastic. And we are going to be in a fantastic spot here as well, you can see. I wonder, I'm going to go as far as we can because it is going to help us level up. We're going to have to do it anyway, and it just makes sense to do this. And it's going to be funny, you know, let's get to like Overlord Cycle 6 and see if we actually can do it. And it's just going to prove that some builds and some characters are just completely busted compared to others. I mean, remember, we have absolutely no skill tree. We have absolutely no runes as well. Although we are on Curse 0, it doesn't really matter because the enemies do get a lot stronger over time. So it's going to be very interesting how this works when we get to the higher Overlord cycles. Area of effect will be fine. We're going to need a bit more movement speed. Damage increases here. Cast frequency. Damage for swing we don't need, so we're going to grab the block. Overall damage is fine. The Merciless is great. We finally get our first finesse to Bulwark, which is going to give us more block chance, which is increased survivability. We also can get our form to haste and haste to form as well, so it would be nice if we also see those. It just shows you that synergetic does make quite a huge difference, and we are getting quite a big upgrade to our skills, area of effect and things like that. So just for visual clarity, we're going to turn it down now. And I'm just going to start leveling up a little bit faster because we've already been doing this for quite some time. So just to save a bit of time, we're going to go a little bit faster because I don't want you guys to have like a 1 hour long video of me doing this. Alright, area of effects, beautiful. We're going to go a bit faster here. Laugh. Ooh, damage there. That's damage, area of effect, and relentless. Good, good, good. Let's go next cycle. I should have gone the armor. Okay, we didn't even unlock anything that round, so that's a bit weird. Weird it doesn't tell you to get that you unlocked the character. We need even less elites to be killed now, which is great. Alright. Another swift, that's beautiful. Get some more life, we don't need the crit. Swing to earth is exactly what we're looking for, so that's fantastic. A thrust to earth is also fantastic because that's going to give us more earthquakes. The other reason it would be great is if you used it and you got yourself the earth shield, which again we don't have for some weird reason. Maybe you need the Monkey King to... No, you don't need the Monkey King to unlock it because it's a skill that's on the Barbarian as well. And it's not a prestige skill. So it must be locked behind an achievement then. We'll have to go and investigate this afterwards. Luckily, all the cycles go faster and faster, so the more we go into it, the faster it's going to get, and the easier it's going to get. Well, not the easier. I should have gone and taken that. Oops. Cast frequency over there. Alright, we missed the swing to earth, unfortunately. It is what it is. We just unlocked Prestige 20, so we got Scent of Blood now. We could actually grab Scent of Blood instead of the... the shockwave totem over here, and that's going to make us even stronger, so maybe that's an idea. We are sitting on 100 finesse, which is a decent amount, so we're going to try and actually do that. We got swing to earth as well, and we get the resilience upgrade. Since we did unlock it, we are able to find it now, so if we wanted, we will be able to get it. As you could see there, we did see the piercing shout as well, which we didn't have access to otherwise before. So there is a chance to get ourselves the swing, the Scent of Blood. Grab that. Throw axe, like we said, we couldn't get that before. Grab the damage upgrade, and look at the damage and all of the stats on our earthquake right now. That is disgusting. Okay, second boss down. Nope, still no Scent of Blood there. We want the damage increase over here and the crit chance upgrade over there. Got to remember, the more crit chance we have, the more damage we're going to do anyway, so it's not a bad thing to grab it. And the form crit chance is capped, but then there's a separate cap for dazed, there's a separate cap for normal crit chance, and there's a separate cap for like disoriented, aptitude, and things like that. So I don't believe they are all joined together. So if you have each an individual buff, then you're going to be dealing a lot of damage. So you are able to, buff all of them at the same time. And there's Scent of Blood. That is beautiful. This is going to get crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Fortunately, we don't have the Earth Shield for the healing, but we've certainly got the 0.2 second upgrades now. Well, there won't be 0.2 just yet because we don't have the potency and the cooldown reduction on the skill just yet. But we got Scent of Blood. and this is madness. So this is going to get crazy quickly. We're already on Overlord Cycle 6, which is really insane. I mean, if you think about it, this is a brand new fresh save for everyone, you know, and these are the skills that we are taking, and it's just, this is ridiculous. I don't think this was ever possible before, but now that we've got all these new upgrades and skills and things like that, and you know, thankfully brittle on the barbarian. I mean, before we wouldn't have been able to use the earthquake skill on the barbarian at level 1 or whatever the case may have been over here, so we would never have been this strong. And look at where we are right now. So here's our form to haste. I think bulwark to aptitude is actually more important right now for the crit damage. So now we've got some aptitude being applied over there. You can see it's already going up quite high, 60, 70, and so on and so forth. Obviously, the more percentage we get, the better it's going to be, because we'll be able to get more aptitude, which means that we no longer now need the upgrade for for crit damage. So now we can focus on other things. The only problem is we don't have rerolls and we don't have locks or banishes or anything like that. So it does make it a little bit harder to get up in, you know, getting some of the skills or upgrades that you want. This is actually very funny. We still haven't died. We're hardly taking damage because everything's dying a lot faster than it needs to be, or, you know, a lot faster. I mean, if I did want to die, I could just stand still and then we would be able to die, but I think we will die on Overlord Cycle 7 over here, or maybe 8, and we're just going to keep going. We're going to see how far this takes us. I mean, this is insane. I really didn't think we would get this far, but here we are, this far. So now we go into Overlord Cycle 7, and you can see we're getting faster and faster. We're already at prestige level 30 on the barbarian. Pretty insane. Obviously, if we did this on that with max prestige value and all those curses on, we would be at a much higher prestige level already. But we can't do that because we don't have the thing. The other thing is, it's not actually worth doing what I'm doing except for the materials and for the levels or the prestige on the character. Not even the prestige on the character, to be honest. The only thing that we're getting from here that might be worth it is a bit of the early Soulstones and the boss major Soulstones. So the only reason I personally am still doing this is for the major Soulstones. But if we activated a curse or two, it's actually not worth farming or doing it this far. It doesn't make sense to do it. We're going to land up doing some of the other levels anyway, and when you are this early in the game, we're actually losing prestige and mana Soulstones by doing this. So there isn't actually a reason we're actually going to end it here at Overlord 7, and it's only due to efficiency. There is no reason for me to keep going. And as we keep going and keep going and keep going, it's actually spending time that could be used on, you know, a new run to unlock more, to get more powers, to become stronger in other ways. And so doing this was actually stupid. I should have stopped at the Overlord Cycle 3. However, we wouldn't have had certain unlocks, which we have already. So, I mean, it is a double-edged sword. We are unlocking a whole lot of different things, but at the same time, and although it's giving us minor Soulstones and the major Soulstones and everything like that, those things would have come more in more plenty later on when we used other curses. So right now we only got 8 of them. If, let's say, we had the Council and House of Lord upgrades, we would have actually had a whole lot more there. But there we go, we unlocked the Chaos Walker, we unlocked a rune. Because of that, we unlocked another rune power for beating Overlord Cycle 3, a lightning surge over there for reaching a specific level. We get the seismic shock for reaching a specific level, sure-footed, a weapon expert, eliminate 1,000 enemies, so we unlocked another character, more skills, flamethrower, focus fire right off the bat, so we will be equipping this, which is fantastic. We get arcane beam as well. and light beam there. So a lot got unlocked. So I guess in that respect, with regards to achievements, it was actually worth it, quite well worth it. And there's all the achievements. You can see what we've unlocked so far, which is actually really, really fantastic. I love the change that they did to the game over here, which made it so you can see a whole lot of different things. But we are going to stick with the Barbarian for now to get more unlocks, to fill out the skill tree. I want to go and grab myself the pickup range. I want to grab myself the, go and grab that. We get 5 out of 5 over there. Pickup range and the movement speed, 5 out of 5. That's fantastic. So you can see these definitely came in handy. We were able to get those up and running and increase the amount of XP we get there, and give you a chance to get new skills when you level up. We can afford that, so we might as well just grab it. That's the re-roll over there, so that's fun. That's good. We got 5 of them. And I mean, look at that. We nearly finished the green skill tree just from one run over there, and that's all we can really do in the skill tree. So that's what I like to focus on. I will land up going for the revives and the dash as well. Revive is somewhere this side. It's there. No, it's this one over there. So we will land up pathing that way and getting that. But now we've got this, we can't afford the new weapon because we have to do the Caves of Del Zog, although we did get quite a few of the materials just from our Overlord run. As you can see, we did actually get the emeralds, and then we've got a whole lot of different characters which we can unlock. We're not going to unlock them just yet because we're not going to be playing on them just yet. We can't really afford these ones either. But there we go, level 37 prestige, that's everything unlocked. We already got 33 achievements from one run. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to stay tuned for this, experiment or journey. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.